The other side, Boaster still has Paranoia. Leo's still got that tether. He's still got a paint shell with Durka. That's been sent now. It's going to be game time. Paranoia, the last piece to be thrown into the mix. Is Panatek to find Durka. They've got to start moving. Re-ends. What a moment for him. Still punishing Fnatic here. Leo and Chronicle, the last two alive. Heretics on the verge here of doing so much heartbreak to these Fnatic fans and Fnatic themselves. Leo tries to clear left and he does. Benji Fishy goes down. Shorty comes out. He's got to find some more and he can't do it. Chronicle falls and Heretics finally break the trend. Besting Fnatic on Lotus, smashing them on Icebox.
The Dynasty, if you want to call it that, probably maybe not so much anymore, is crumbling because Fnatic lost again to Team Heretics and, well, they got absolutely smashed on Icebox in the first map, which was their map pick. And then on Lotus, they lost an overtime close game where there was some good, and we will talk about that, but there was also some bad. Let's start with the good, which for me was Fnatic's defense side, where they did some things that I wanted to see. We're actually going to start with the game versus Karmicor, another game on Lotus, which they lost in their last game. And in this one, Karmicor, on their attack side, when Fnatic were defending, had a very, very clear plan, which was go A quite often, right? Even in this round where they lose Martine there at the start, what happens is that Fnatic, after losing some A control like they have here, right, and Karmicor have just sending 5 players in towards A, what you'll often see happen is Fnatic will do this, right? They will back out of A. And so it became pretty easy for Karmicor to just walk on like they do here and take the A site. And this was what Karmicor were doing consistently. They did this a lot in this game. Just, you know, we're just going to come towards A, walk onto A, and then, you know, play a post plant on A. And Fnatic couldn't win this A post plant.
But this post plant's really uncomfy though. Look at how little space they have. They've kind of just traded positions, right? Okay, well, Casey, we're going to opt for a little bit of CT and site itself. We're not going to hold much beyond that. Dynasty got to be careful. Find balance. Almost reminds you of that first half.
Again, he'll have the utility to delay them. That's the one major thing. It's going to be awkward, and the Paranoia's missed.
Oh, but that's sharp from Tomasi with a follow-up as well. Alpha starting to warm up here as well, but time ticking. He's got to get a move on. Not going to happen. Boasting out. There's no access to this side. There's no really time to play with Narrate there.
But if we take a look at the game that happened yesterday versus Team Heretics, what we saw was a lot more of this, where you're going to see Alpha in this round is going to hard anchor A, and they're going to find success off the back of it. This time they're going to kind of get aggressive towards C, which is an idea that Fnatic went for quite often in this game because they were struggling towards C actually in this game in the early part of this attacking half. So this is a common setup that they kind of went for, right? They went for this kind of aggressive, more aggressive stance towards C with Alpha holding on A pretty strongly, and you see here that Team Heretics, right, they're going to try a similar thing to Karmicor. All 5 players, let's go towards A, right? We're going to open the door, but you're going to see the Omen ult's going to come back here. We've got Alpha actually holding on to the A site with an Odin here, and Team Heretics perhaps expecting like Karmicor that, hey, we've taken this space, Fnatic are just going to, you know, they're just going to be off site somewhere running away. No, that's not the case. Alfie is going to sit back here and actually try and hold on to the site, and he's going to die if he has to, but he's going to take you down with him.
Speaking of, let's see what he can get for it.
Hello.
Not much.
This Fade ulti could be crucial and pivotal.
Okay, that's the shutdown. Benji Fishy did get himself a rifle here, though. Let's see what you got, because I'm a little scared because Boo's managed to slip the net. So if Benji Fishy can back away enough or fall away far enough that gets away with his life, no, Chronicle knew what he was up to. Now Boo's position loses all of that potential. Leo, your reposition's filthy.
And so playing off of their own tendencies and changing it up was great, and they found success from doing that. And I really, really liked seeing that from that Karmicor game. And then as we moved into overtime as well, I thought they could have won this map here, right, with this round number 30. And I thought they got a little unlucky that they didn't, in a way. Because what we've just seen is we saw the one-way here and 2 players out towards C. And this is a setup that they went for a lot on their defensive side, right? And the more passive A hold like we saw from Alfia there with the Odin. So what they do in overtime here is, I think, quite clever, right? They go for this really deep C hold with the nanoswarms, almost playing for spike plant denial, right? Because we've been aggressive here a lot, right? And in fact, we're not going to show them that we are pushing up on A. we're going to go for kind of a silent, like deep trap play, let you walk up here thinking, you know, it's just Alpha, you're back on site, and then we're going to trap you, right? So again, a really nice call. You see, even they put the one way on C, making it feel like, hey, we're doing that same C setup where we've got multiple players out towards C, but in reality, we're here instead, right? And we're actually playing very deep on C. So I really, really liked this call from Fnatic. And you see, now they're going to go for this kind of weighted trap play with the wall up. They're going to throw a nade, they're going to throw a siege, you know, the util's going to come out here. They actually managed to find the first 2 kills. It's a really, really nice idea.
Durka chomping at the bit. Not too much revealed, but that
Big trap.
shell. Yeah, that's a problem. Fnatic with a death grip on Heretics here. Boo answers back, but is there any more where that came from? 3 players by the door going to be forced away here. Oh, what?
And so yeah, Boaster there just dies, just getting caught behind the box, even though they had a really nice idea. Now, the rest of the round isn't really that important for what I'm trying to say here, but it is an ace, so I'll show it to you anyway.
So they've got to go now, 10 seconds, time to go. Chronicle doesn't get it cleanly, but Durka does. That's huge. Boo though, desperate for this. Look at what he is doing here. If he has to do it himself, he will, but Alpha has been the hero. He has been the clutch player for Fnatic, but who wins this one out? Boo with the ace or Alpha with the long-term heroics? And around the world we go. Alpha toying with Boo here, trying to get into his head. Boo's
Wow,
got
this
TP.
is...
There's so many ways he can play this one out here.
He's gonna play for the spam through the box on the tap.
No barrel scene! Boo! Gets an ace in OT!
So that was the good side of Fnatic, but now I'm going to talk about something that really, really almost worries me a bit for Fnatic, to be honest, because I don't know how they haven't fixed their problems that they were having before against Karmine Corp very, very clearly. So what did Karmine Corp do in their game versus Fnatic? Well, they had a plan that looked like this, and they did this a lot, right, where we're just going to play very passive on C. Right, we trust our C retake. We don't think Fnatic's C post-plant is very good, and Fnatic often telegraph when they're going towards C, and we can tell that with, for instance, a deep turret or deep alarm bot like this, right? Because if Fnatic don't destroy this, obviously we know that they can't be going towards the C site. And so there was quite a few rounds like this one where Karmine Corp, you'll see, if we just take a look at the map, because we've got this deep killjoy setup out here, right? Look at Karmine Corp, right? Oh, well, you're obviously coming towards A. Right, and so we can end up in this kind of position where our Killjoy ends up filling in towards B right here, right? And then we've got everyone else coming in towards A. So in this round, you're going to see that Fnatic do come towards A, and although they're going to, you know, actually manage to take the site, the thing is Karmine Corp are already all here, right? We're only playing half of the map, basically, because this Killjoy setup is giving us so much information, and that makes it really, really hard for Fnatic to actually, one, take the site, and then actually hold the site, because everyone is already here.
The more interesting pieces, but with no plan, there hasn't really been anything just yet for Casey to execute off.
No, they're going to hear this go down. There's the first lockdown being considered by Magnum. Yeah, gonna go for the deeper side of it and counter lockdown. There it is. Durka, beautiful. That's what the position was there for, but he actually falls to Shin. By the time, they can't really deny this lockdown that's still ticking for Fnatic, but it looks like they're gonna try! Oh my god, wait, what? What is going on? They are so cocky and confident in this. That's 2 detained. This forces Boaster. He has to get involved in this one. Can he get there in time? I don't think he can do much about this one, really. Yeah, absolutely not. Fantastic attempt there, but not.
So now let's take a look at what Team Heretics did, because again, Fnatic got exploited from this, because Team Heretics, I think, can owe a lot of their defensive success to this alarm bot. Because again, Fnatic, if they destroy this alarm bot, they are going to see. And if they don't destroy this alarm bot, obviously, they aren't going to see. And that basic tell from Fnatic, which was there in some of their other games as well, they just didn't work on. It just wasn't there. Because again, let's take a look at this round and how it ends up playing out. We got the exact same setup over towards C from Team Heretics that we just saw from Karmine Corp. We see that Team Heretics start with some aggression out towards A, and this time, hey, Fnatic destroy the turret. But take a look at Team Heretics, because even though Fnatic are shooting here, even though Durka's gonna, you know, like tap the orb and eventually get the ult orb, Heretics don't care. Because they know, as long as you don't destroy this alarm bot, you aren't going to see. Like, there is no way, right? And this is the problem that Fnatic had over and over and over again. And in 8 out of 12 rounds, Heretics did this alarm bot. and it only got destroyed twice. And I'm going to show you the 2 rounds, because this is actually one of them, right? Because, again, take a look at where the map is now, right? We've still got 3 players here. Fnatic think like, oh, we've shot, we've tapped the ult orb, we took an ult orb, they're going to be rotating over towards C, but they aren't, right? Heretics aren't moving. They're still out here towards A. So when Fnatic come for this fight in towards A, which, again, is a bit disjointed, as we're going to see from now after Althea dies, right? You know, Chronicle ends up ahead. You know, other people aren't as nearly as close to him, right? Like, he's out on his own, he dies, then Leo dies, and then we're in a 2v5, right? And it's obviously just not a good position for Fnatic. But look at the map. Again, look at the map. We know we're playing half the map, right? And that's what Fnatic were consistently doing in this game. Well, they were playing half of the map because they just were never destroying this alarm bot. And this is one of the rounds where they destroy it. This is the first time they destroy this alarm bot. It's been down 4 different rounds at this point, right? And yeah, they're 5-1 up. And so you might think, well, things must be going okay. And they actually were going okay because, you know, they had some good individual plays and they won a pistol and they won a bonus. So the score looks okay. But the actual, like, way it ended up playing out was not so great, right? And then we end up with little mistakes like this one, right? Where Boaster tries to TP and gets the spike planted, but he misses the TP, right? So again, there was a lot of these little mistakes, and we'll get to that towards the end of the video as well, you know, where they end up not being able to plant the spike and they just give up the round. And then even this is a mistake, right? Why are they saving here, right? It doesn't make any sense. Look at Heretics' money, right? They've got no money, Team Heretics. Look at Fnatic's money. They've got loads of money. Why are we saving? Why aren't we just playing to get a couple kills, get a couple guns out of their hands? Yeah, we're not going to win the round, I get that, but this is, again, something that Fnatic were really good at last year. Probably the best in the world at last year were Fnatic in terms of managing the economy, you know, versus their opponent's economy and stuff like that. But again, there's just moments like this where they've had time to say, like, hey, guys, go for it. You know, those dead players have been dead a while. They should be able to realize and tell the players who are alive that you should go for this anyway. There's nothing to lose, essentially, for them. But they don't. And again, it's just more problems. Let's take a look at round 12 as well, which is the other round where Fnatic do actually destroy the alarm bot.
It's just hard to kick my brain back into gear after I remember it was only Panatek to get a frag. Now, at this point, they may have recovered. Miniboo, oh, God, as if he's challenging that. It felt like Durka was aware of it too, because every time they've done this, Miniboo will put his life for a 50-50.
Heretics have won the fight on A, as we just saw there. And again, look at our Killjoy defensive setup. Oh, look, it's the turret and the alarm bot just here. And so this time, they get control of A. They, you know, kind of leave Boo. And look, again, look at the map. No one is on C. Right, no one is on C. This time the turret's going to get destroyed there, so that brings off a couple players in towards C. But take a look at the reaction once this alarm bot gets destroyed here. It just goes to show like how much Heretics knew, right? So the alarm bot gets destroyed right there. Take a look at Heretics on this map right now, because you're going to see everyone starts sprinting towards C. It's like, okay, Boo, you stay here. Everyone else, they're going C 100%. We completely leave B, right? We don't know if they aren't here, right? We don't know if there isn't a lurk here either. This alarm bot tells us Fnatic are going C 100%. They are going C. And this is a big, big problem because as we showed, this is something that had happened in their games before. And so now when Fnatic tried to go into C, it's not going to work because you're running into a stacked site.
And I wonder if Panatek's going to poke down his Viper ulti here on the defense as well on the top of the site. Yep, here it is, trading them out.
Yep. This is going to be a horrific sight to try and come in. Oh my word! Between Panatek and Benji Fishy, there is no access to this site.
Now, like, do you honestly expect him to win this?
The thing is, we can go back even further to their game versus Vitality, the first game they played. In this one, right, where take a look at the map right here. Look familiar with a deep Killjoy setup out towards C and everyone on B and A? Look familiar? Yeah, of course it does. And this is the thing. This has happened like maybe 1 or 2 rounds against Vitality. Then it happened maybe half the rounds against Karmikor. And then Heretics took it even further and did it almost every round. Right? And Fnatic didn't solve the problem at any point. That's a worry for me because they should have figured it out, in my opinion. Then we just had moments of pure sloppiness from Fnatic as well, like this one here in round number 27. And Icebox was marred with sloppiness, like really some not very good play from Fnatic on Icebox. You know, everyone would agree with that. But there were some moments of it here. It wasn't nearly as bad on Lotus, but there were moments of it like this one. And again, I mean, just take a look at this round, right? They destroyed the turret. They're going to destroy the alarm bot. Look at Heretics, right? They're on their way. You know, they already know at this point, like they're coming towards C. You know, and this time Fnatic managed to go fast enough to actually just about get onto the site. But then Boaster TP's up here, and he's TPing into the orb, but then the orb gets dropped, and there's no smoke for CT because he used one smoke on B instead. And so then he just dies from CT, trying to plant out here for Mound. It's like, that's not good, right? And you know, as I said, I'll notice it wasn't as bad. There wasn't as many of those like clear moments of like, what the hell is going on? But there were some, you know, and that one was probably the most obvious one of it. And Icebox is littered with it. So there's definite problems there for Fnatic. And I am genuinely a bit worried. Now, I still think going forward, can they beat the, you know, middle of the pack and bottom teams pretty easily? Yeah. Right, they've just got better players than them. Even playing sloppy, they'd probably be fine because they'd win enough 1v1s or whatever, right? But if they want to actually compete and, you know, make an international tournament this year, they're gonna need to improve because this wasn't good enough.